Okay, hello class. So today we're going to be talking about pre-writing and using the Frayer model, which is what we choose to use at MacArthur High School. Okay, so whenever you're creating the Frayer model, you have multiple steps you have to follow. Number one, you write your prompt. Number two, you turn your prompt into a question. Number three, you find synonyms of the main words in the prompt. Four, you answer the question that you created in step number two. And five, you think of examples from history or from literature or from current events that are happening in our world today. Six, you actually create your thesis statement. And then in seven, you create your topic sentence or main ideal for body paragraphs 1 and 2 and the examples that you're going to use. Okay, so we're going to focus on this particular prompt. Now, make sure that you guys remember that when you're looking at the expository essay prompt, don't focus on the quotation, don't focus on the think statement, but focus on the write. And this prompt is asking us to write an essay explaining why it's important to fight for equality. So, let's go ahead and start our Frayer model. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is write our prompt in the center, which is our step one. Okay, and then the second thing we do is to come up with our question. So our question is, why is it important to fight for equality? Okay, so our two key words are going to be equality and fight. So I looked up some synonyms for equality, and these are the ones I found: civil rights, similarity, equal opportunity, tolerance, and these are the ones I found for fight. Okay, so the reason we do the synonym section is so that you guys will have option of words to choose from when you're actually writing your essay. If you keep using equal and equality and fight, equality and fight, it becomes repetitive as you're writing your essay and you're using the same words over and over again. And we don't want you to do that. We want you to have a wide vocabulary that will make your essay interesting to the reader. Okay, so after we've done our question, we've done our synonyms, we then go on to our quadrant 2, where we answer the question. So we're going to list some different reasons why it's important to fight for equality. And when we're doing this, we make sure that we write using complete sentences. Don't just write one-word answers or phrases or fragments. We want full sentences. Okay, so I came up with some. We fight for equality so that everyone is treated fairly. We fight for equality to make a difference in the world. We fight for equality to make everyone feel accepted. And we fight for equality to make the world a better place. Okay. So it's important that you guys in this section come up with at least 2 to 3 answers, preferably more. The more you come up with, the more ideals you'll have for your essay, to make it easier for you to write about your essay, because you'll have a plethora of ideals to use when you're actually writing. Okay, so then we're going to go ahead and go to our examples. So the first things that stood out to me was Martin Luther King, of course, Abraham Lincoln. I thought about a play that I read, A Raisin in the Sun, Selma, the movie talking about Martin Luther King, the Black Lives Matter movement that's currently happening right now, and then immigration in America. So these are just a couple ideas that I came up with for each section. The more you come up with, the better, because then it allows you to be able to brainstorm and to have those ideals flowing. But I just decided to do 2 for each section right now. So after I have quadrant 1 filled out. I know what the prompt is asking me. I have quadrant 2 filled out. I came up with a number of answers that responded to the question. I came up with a couple of ideals, and now it's time to write my thesis statement. So I'm going to take the question that they asked me. So why is it important to fight for equality? And I'm going to change it to a sentence stem. It is important to fight for equality. Why? So that everyone is treated fairly and a better environment is created. Or let me let that finish. Okay. So whenever you're writing your thesis statement, make sure, look at the question that you created, use that question to change it into a sentence stem. So I used part of my question in my thesis statement. And then I give 2 reasons. So whenever you're doing your thesis statement, give 2 reasons that support your answer. Okay? And now I'm going to use those 2 reasons to create 2 different topic sentences. So one of my topic sentences is going to be about having everyone treated fairly, and the second topic sentence is going to be about creating a better environment. So let's go ahead and see what I did for those. Okay, and I highlighted those so you can see I actually took my answers from my answer box in quadrant 2, which is the purpose of that quadrant. So my first main ideal for my body paragraph number 1, it says, today America is known as a country of opportunity because of the fair treatment towards all people. So in that paragraph, I'm going to be talking about how, people are treated more fairly because of the fight for equality. And then in body paragraph 2, I said, in the past, many people fought for the civil rights of all people to make the world a better place. Okay, and so in that one, I'm going to use Martin Luther King Jr. and his fight, during the civil rights movement to treat, so that African Americans could, have the same rights as others. Okay, and then for my main ideal number 1, I decided to use the immigration in America. So I said America allows for immigrants to come and be given opportunities for education and work. So those are the 2 different real world examples I want to use. Now sometimes it's okay if you decide to use one real world example for both of your body paragraphs. So let's say you have a reason, you have your main ideal number 1, and you wanted to use Martin Luther King Jr. and his fight. And then you have main ideal number 2, and you also want to use Martin Luther King Jr. It's okay as long as you look at it in a different view. Okay? So let's go ahead and continue on. So now y'all have the overall of how to make a Frayer model, how to fill it out, and you're going to eventually start filling out your own Frayer model very soon. If you need to rewatch this video, then just rewind it and watch it again. So let's go on. So now it's time for you to make your own Frayer model. Yay! Okay, so you're going to create a Frayer model using the following prompt. Now y'all have a copy of this prompt, but I also included it in the video, so if you want to pause it, you'll be able to pause and see what the prompt is. Okay, so like I said before, don't focus on the quote, don't focus on the think statement, but focus on the write statement. So it says, write an essay explaining why it is sometimes necessary to take a chance. So that's what it's asking us to write about, taking chances. So ready, set, and go.